I will start my reading practice from the book Effective Public Speaking by Dale Carnegie. A terse, sincere compliment. The great state of Pennsylvania should lead the way in hastening the coming of the new day. Pennsylvania, the great producer of iron and steel, mother of the greatest railroad company in the world, third among our agricultural states, Pennsylvania is the keystone of her business arch. Never was the prospect before her greater, never was her opportunity for leadership more brilliant. With these words, Charles Schwab closed his address before the Pennsylvania Society of New York. He left his hearers pleased, happy, optimistic. That is an admirable way to finish, but in order to be effective, it must be sincere. No gross flattery, no extravagance. This kind of closing, if it does not ring true, will ring false, very false. And like a false coin, people will have none of it. A humorous close. Always leave them laughing, says George Cohen, when you say goodbye. If you have the ability to do it and the material, fine, but how? That, as Hamlet said, is the question. Each man must do it in his own individual way. One would hardly expect Lloyd George to leave a gathering of Methodists laughing when he was talking to them on the ultra solemn subject of John Wesley's tomb, but not how cleverly he managed it. Also, how smoothly and beautifully the talk is rounded off. I am glad you have taken in hand the repair of his tomb. It should be honored. He was a man who had a special abhorrence of any absence of neatness or cleanliness. It was he, I think, who said, let no one ever see a ragged Methodist. It is due to him that you never can see one. Laughter. It is a double unkindness to leave his tomb ragged. You remember what he said to a Derbyshire girl who ran to the door as he was passing and cried, God bless you, Mr. Wesley. Young woman, he answered, your blessings would be of more value if your face and apron were cleaner. Laughter again. That was his feeling about untidiness. Do not leave his grave untidy. If he passed along, that would hurt him more than anything. Do look after that. It is a memorable and sacred shrine. It is your trust. Cheers. Closing with a poetical quotation. Of all the methods of ending, none are more acceptable when well done than humor or poetry. In fact, if one can get the proper words of poetry for your closing, it is almost ideal. It will give the desired flavor, it will give dignity, it will give individuality, it will give beauty. Rotarian Sir Harry Lauder closed his address to the American Rotarian delegates at their Edinburgh convention in this fashion. And when you get back home, some of you send me a postcard. I will send you one. If you do not send me one, you will easily know it is from me because there will be no stamp on it. Laughter. But if but I will have some writing on it, and the writing will be this. Seasons may come and seasons may go. Everything withers in due course, you know. But there is one thing still blooms as fresh as the dew. That is the love and affection I still have for you. That little verse fits Harry Lauder's personality, and no doubt it fitted the whole tenor of his talk. Therefore, it was excellent for him, had some formal and restrained Rotarian used it at the end of a Solomon talk. It might have been so out of keys as to be almost ridiculous. The longer I teach public speaking, the more clearly I see, the more vividly I feel that it's impossible to give general rules that will serve on all occasions. So much depends upon the subject, the time, the place, and the man. every month must, as Saint Paul said, work out his own salvation. Thank you. That's it for the day.